I've tried a lot of productivity tips and most of it didn't really work. So I wanted to share with you the 3 that made the biggest difference for me. This first one might sound a little obvious, but it wasn't so obvious to me. Imagine 2 people. Person A likes to spend their time with their family and their friends, and then when they come back home, they like to read books. They like to cook nice and healthy meals for themselves. They do their homework, maybe sometimes watch a movie. They meditate and they journal and they practice gratitude. All very healthy things, right? Now compare that to person B. Person B still likes to see their family, but they set a specific amount of time for reading when they get home. They still do their homework, but maybe they go to the cinema a little bit less. They still eat healthy, but they don't obsess so much over planning every single meal. And instead of meditating and journaling and practicing gratitude, they pick just one. Then they take all that saved up time and energy and pour it into their main goal. Obviously, person B is going to be more efficient at reaching their goals. Now that's not to say that self-improvement and healthy habits are bad. In fact, here's 2 things that genuinely helped me out. And at the end, I'm gonna share with you a little bonus hack that tricks my brain into actually wanting to work. The first thing is actually making tiny plans for the next day. Imagine going to the gym, but you don't have a plan. You just want to sort of work out. That's not gonna work. That's very easy to skip and just not go, right? But if you have even a small plan, it becomes so much easier to simply follow it. Same concept. Writing something down commits me to it, so I write down small tasks for tomorrow and it helps me get going. But even then, it's still very easy to get distracted while you're working. And that's where the next part comes in. It's very simple, and all it is just leaving my phone a little bit out of reach. For example, if I'm working at my computer, I'm gonna leave my phone a little bit further away so it interrupts the automatic motion of reaching for it the very millisecond I get even slightly bored. And last but not least, the little trick I use to make my brain want to work is a little counterintuitive. I don't finish my work. Let me explain. There's this psychological effect called the Zeigarnik effect, and it basically means that your brain wants to finish anything that you left unfinished. So for example, if I stop editing this video right now and go to sleep, the first thing I'm going to be thinking about tomorrow is what I need to do next, which makes it easier to start, which is obviously the hardest part. So for me, productivity never came from doing more or collecting more life hacks. It came from cutting out the unnecessary stuff, adding friction where I kept slipping up, and removing friction from the harder parts, like starting the work. That is what worked for me, and I hope it helps you as well. I'll see you next time.